Shadrack is back. That's because I broke my glasses. But in today's video, we're going to be going over Games Workshop's bid financial report. I'm going to cover the things that interest me. That includes stuff with the Amazon deal. That includes stuff with IP, such as video games. Apparently, they got a new lead and stuff. Warhammer Plus, the stock issues, etc., etc. So let's jump in and let's get waffling. For those people who want to go and read the report for themselves, I'll include a link in the description of this video, so have at it. I'm going to start with the big one, well, the big one for me, and that is the entertainment, the deal with Amazon, etc., etc. And I'm going to post it at the bottom right now, so read along with me, and then I'll give my thoughts and feedback on it. It says, entertainment, as we announced in December 2023, we have entered into an agreement with Amazon Content Services, a subsidiary of Amazon, for the prospective development by Amazon of Games Workshop, Warhammer 40,000 universe into films and television series, together with associated merchandise rights. So if this is a success, Amazon and Games Workshop are going to do a lot of merch. You know, expect, I don't know, maybe chainsaws, banners and stuff like that. Trying to think of like Game of Thrones type of merchandise, but 40k. That's the way I see it anyway. Under the terms of the agreement, Games Workshop has granted exclusive rights to Amazon in relation to films and television series set within the Warhammer 40,000 universe, together with an option for Amazon to license equivalent rights in the Warhammer Fantasy universe following the release of the initial Warhammer 40,000 production. Games Workshop and Amazon are working together for a period of 12 months ending in December 2024 to agree creative guidelines for the films and television series to be developed by Amazon. The agreement will only proceed if creative guidelines are mutually agreed between Games Workshop and Amazon. We will update you accordingly. Now, this is a big thing. This is something I've been saying for a while now, that we'll know by the end of this year. There's two deals within this deal. There was an initial deal to work together, and then there was another deal within a set period of time to come up with something that they're both happy with. Now, we now have a set date for that, and that is by the end of this year, December 2024. So if we don't hear anything by the end of this December, that means the Amazon deal, the Games Workshop deal, is officially off. It's officially not happening. It mentions it right there. So they've got to the end of this year to agree on what they want to do. Be that a Horus Heresy series, an Eisenhorn series, something completely brand new set within Warhammer 40,000. I say Horus Heresy when it says Warhammer 40,000, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? It's that kind of talks they're in now to come up with something where they're both happy and they both want to proceed forward. So it's going to be a very, very big, interesting part of the back end of this year now, all the way to December. I'm wondering if they're going to wait to December to actually announce it, or we're going to get something way before that. I'm not too sure, but I'm looking forward to see what's on the horizon. This may not happen. This may happen. We've got to December now to see what is about to go down. And moving on to more of the IP discussion, let's talk about video games. Again, the blurb of text in the bottom as I read from it, there is something very, very interesting in this that I want to talk about. It says, during the period of our licensing partners, we launched 3 new games, 2 PC/console and 1 mobile. We also saw revenue from established games that continue to perform well many years after launch through a mixture of added content and continued marketing. Particular launches of note were Rogue Trader and Warforged. Rogue Trader is like this top-down like type of RPG, and Warforged is this type of game. The general backdrop still remains challenging for this market in the short term. Our team, and this is where it gets interesting, under a new boss, continues to promote the depth of our IP in its unique lore and setting to potential licensing partners. Can I just say, Games Workshop, if the new boss is watching, can I get off the blacklist, right? I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything at all. I've been wrongly accused. We've got a new boss in now. Let's have new beginnings. Let's be new friends, okay? And let's go forward in happiness, okay? Please, get me out of jail. 2 new games were announced in that period. A sequel to the successful PC and console tactical game, Mechanicus 2, which, yeah, is going to be spicy. Mechanicus 1 was a fantastic game. And a digital version of Talisman's 5th edition. We are delighted that new games launching in 2024-2025 include the highly anticipated video game Space Marine 2, which is out September the 9th, and I'm sure that is looking to be a massive hit, probably game of the year, but that's me being a 40k fanboy. As a reminder, the viability and ongoing success of our licensing deals is broadly out of our control. They're reliant on successful development and delivery by our licensing partners. Our cash receipts performance is linked to the games launched. This can be different to the reported income, which includes an element of guarantee income on a multi-year contracts not yet paid. More on that below. That goes into the financial stuff, which I'm not really going into that much in this video. I'm just looking for the things that entertain me. They're looking forward to Space Marine 2, which again I think is going to be a massive hit. They're, again, going back to the under a new boss. I wonder who this new boss is. Is this new boss looking to expand the licensing now? Are they going to try and like go back in their hole like Games Workshop used to do? It's going to be very, very interesting now over the next couple of years to see the next steps of Games Workshop giving their IP out. We all know and we've all commented that there's been some games where Games Workshop have just willy-nilly just slung their IP at a brand, and it's been a complete miss, an absolute complete miss. So hopefully they vet some more of these licensing IPs and we get better products as a whole as Warhammer fans. I'm moving on to another subject, and that is Warhammer Plus. Again, text at the bottom. It says, our subscription service for Warhammer fans is approaching its 3rd year, packed with original animated shows, tutorials, and much more. It continues to extend in the ways in which everyone can explore the worlds of Warhammer. The exciting content delivered through Warhammer Plus will remain an integral part of our digital offer and how we share our IP, so it's not going away according to them. Subscriber numbers are currently 176,000, and in 2022 to 2023 it was 136,000. So if I do some quick math, beep bop boop, that is a percentage rise of about 28 to 30%, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong, is my beep bop boop math is off. So it looks like it is going up for Games Workshop. For me personally, my stance on it is I'm a bit niffed off with Warhammer Plus. I always saw it as something for animations, and I think the animations have been very few and lacking over on that side of things. I'm not really a carer for their bat reps. I'm not really a carer for their lore segments. I think I can find better versions of that actually on YouTube from other big channels like Luton, Tabletop Tactics, etc., stuff like that. But yeah, it was all about the animations for me, and the animations have just not been there. So yeah, it doesn't really appeal to me. I think the only thing that kind of does appeal to me sometimes is the model that they put on there behind the paywall, depending what that model is. I am hearing rumors that this year potentially it could be a Blood Angel model, so if that turns out to be true, then maybe I am going to go down that road just to get my hands on that model. But again, the content is not really appealing to me, but to you, you may love it, right? That's just my personal opinion on it. And lastly, I just want to cover this blurb of text about how Games Workshop view their core IP. So again, I'm going to put the text towards the bottom. It says, in June, we launched 10th edition of Warhammer 40,000, now 37 years old and going strong. The response to the new miniatures and rules have been fantastic, driving growth through the whole of Warhammer 40,000 range. We all know 40,000 is their main flagship, right? It's their main IP, it's their main brand, and they've got to keep that carrying on through thick and thin, because that is where they get the majority of their money from. But there's other IPs like the Horus Heresy. It says our Horus Heresy offers explore the Civil War. That is the founding story of Warhammer 40,000. Our drive to turn this resin range into plastic continues at a pace, which is a really good sign now, because again, one of the things that I heard through the rumors is that they want everything to go plastic. They want to move from resin. So hopefully over a course of time, how long that time is, everything will eventually become plastic. In December, we launched Horus Heresy Legion Imperialis to complement the Horus Heresy range, the same setting but with a different scale of miniature, allowing customers to create huge battles on the tabletop. The rumor is, adding to the Horus Heresy as well, is that we're going to get a new edition next year. So I don't know if you want to call it 2.5, 3.0, whatever you want to call it, but it's looking like a brand new starter box set with Mark II plastic Marines in that, and that is going to launch that new edition. Warhammer Age of Sigmar, it goes on to say, received several faction launches over the years, the most significant being Cities of Sigmar. Accompanying them was an unfolding storyline in the summer of 2024, which was the turn of the much-loved protagonist. In January, we expanded our fantasy offer with the return of Warhammer the Old World, and this is where it gets exciting for me now. Sales suggest that is appealing to both new and veteran hobbyists alike. As with everything we do, we have grand plans for the years ahead. Now, again, in the Whisperverse, I've heard like Cathay's got to be an army. There's a lot of armies that they have planned to refresh. Maybe the next armies are going to be High Elves and Chaos. That's one of the rumors I've heard through the whispers of the Warp as well. So it's nice to see that Warhammer the Old World is selling well. It is appealing to old hobbyists and new hobbyists, and there is a future there. I know there's a lot of people saying, well, is it taking off? Is it doing good? Is it doing bad? According to them, it is doing good, so that is a great thing to see. And then right at the end it says, finally, our monthly printed magazine White Dwarf hit its 500 issue in May 2024. Quite a milestone in an ever-increasing digital age. If you like the magazines, I like, yeah, you know, you do you. I feel like some of the magazines are good. Some of the magazines are very, very flat in terms of content and context and stuff. It's just, I think it all depends what's in there, really. As a 40k fan, I love it when they explore like Index Astartes and cover Space Marines and stuff like that. And if it's more like AOS focused, I don't normally go and pick it up and just avoid it. Again, it's all down to what you really like in the game, in Games Workshop's IP. But there we go. That is it. That is the final thing I wanted to cover. There's so much more in the actual report. Go and cover it for yourselves, profits and numbers and everything like that if that interests you. I'll say it right now, they have made more money, right? I think if I'm not mistaken, they were up by 15-17% from last year in terms of cash, but there's a full breakdown in there, all the maths and percentages and everything like that, if that's something that you're into. So yeah, go have at it. Link is in the description of this video and go and enjoy. Thank you for coming and watching what I've got to say. If you've got any thoughts and feedback of the stuff that I've covered, post it down below and we can have a nice little chin wag down there as we always do, brothers. See you in a bit. Have a great day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world, and bye-bye.